Hello and welcome back to another gig log. This is Nate with In the Mix Light and Sound, and today we are off to a gig with our friends, the Lucky Sevens band, and we're playing at a carnival area. We've played here and set up here before. I don't think I ever got video here before, so we're gonna try our best. It's under a big white tent, so we're protected mostly from the weather. But speaking of the weather, we have an interesting challenge right now. We're on the skirts of some pretty severe thunderstorm cells that are rolling through, and it's giving some pretty hefty gusts of wind. Now we're heading out early, and last weather report, like, all this should be done by the time the band is set to get on and start playing. But we'll see what happens. So we're going to get there early, see what the situation is. If we need to hunker down in the trailer, at least we'll be on site. And we'll see what happens from there. And maybe we'll get lucky and the storm will roll out early. The main concern would be delayed start times or delay in getting things set up for the band, just based upon the weather and how things are looking underneath that tent. Because I don't know about you guys, but with me, one of the, those big tents with the big metal poles that stick up in the air, don't strike me as the safest place to be during a thunderstorm. So again, hoping that the forecast holds true and this stuff rolls out of here pretty quick. But in the meantime, we're on our way, and stay tuned. All right, so we're in, and the sun is actually trying to make its way out. So the drummer of the band's already here, and to get an idea, this is the stage area and then the audience area all around. So it's a wide area, but that'll be the nice part about the X40s, because they have a wide coverage. And then for power, we have two circuits coming out. So one here and one down on stage left that we'll grab from. Even better, piccolo. Then you just put it right in your pocket and leave.
How about a recorder?
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's some good ones out there now that sound really good. Let's say, as long as, like, from a sound man perspective, like, you can give me left, right, and out, but if you can find a module that does separate inputs for each of the kits, that's like the best. Oh, I mean, yeah, some of those are ridiculous, right?
Yeah. They're like they're comfortable enough to play out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would choose one a friend gave me. So at least it's fun to play with, but I don't know if I can.
Hey, Doug.
How are you, Mike?
All right, how are you?
It's gonna be a good gig.
Yeah, it is. This one's always fun.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sun's coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Actually gonna upset.
I got. You know, I used to.
Do 1, 2, and 3. While they're empty, I'm going to move their coolers. Ron, is it okay if I move your case here?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, thanks. I'm just going to put a lighting stand behind you here.
You know what, Nate? If you want, can you put one over? Can you put that big case over this side?
Sure, yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to last over there. Point gun's going to blow all over.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Every time. Yeah, take it. All right. Sounds
I got
good.
my cable and then power.
I see it. All right, great. We'll get you dialed
I should
in.
be back in plenty of time for that.
All right, great. I can see what that looks like. Yeah, that'll go good. Let's see if we need to use our extenders or not. Probably not. This is 3. I did all my stuff backwards. There we are. I did it again. Back a little. I'll throw another quad box here. Another one back here. Gaff that down. Oh, sweating already. Didn't take long. And 1. And then the last big one. That'll be number 6. And here. Just bringing that around to the monitor. Yeah, that's enough. We can just lay it on the ground.
That's for my monitor?
That's it. Yep. Yep. Just plug in right here. And then I have a power stringer I'm going to run down the back here behind you. So.
And AC power back here for...
Yep. Yep. That's what I'm working on.
Hey, do you have room I can put... I'm afraid if it rains, can I put it on top of here?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Everything else is up above the ground. I'm not worried about it for tonight.
Okay. Should I feed that the wrong way? All right, this has to stay up on the deck, so I'm gonna come past your...
Oh, that's fine. There you go.
Yeah, anchor it in. Whoop.
That's okay.
All right, cool. That takes care of that. We're actually ready to pump some music here. Not bad, it's only been an hour. Come on down. Hey gents. Alright, that's the main setup here. We're just going to connect and run the sound. Awesome when you have dancers for the very first song. Sun's out, weather is looking really good for the rest of the night, so here's open. Alright, so we have our little front of house station set up again. This time we have a nice tunnel DeWalt fan found at Costco, which is amazing, keeping me alive. We have our fit controller, mixing station, our wolf mix, all wirelessly controlling the stage. All right, while we're on break, first break, we'll take a look at the stage and we'll talk about how we have everything connected in here. So again, we have our main rack. We're using our SLXD wireless and our wing rack. We have, again, the custom routing, which I love about this thing. So we have a DL32, which we're all patched in. All of our monitors and everything are coming out of. So that's coming in on AES-C. And then I have them all custom routed to the particular channel. So for this, we're using kick in, snare top, hat. We have 3 rack toms, a floor tom. We have our bass DI guitar, which is mic'd with the Sennheiser 906. Our keys, which is direct mono. We have percussion left and right. We have our sax and our trumpet. Ignore the icons there, that doesn't matter. And then we have our 4 wireless vocals. On the stage, let's start behind. So for lighting, we're using our Wolf Mix controller at front of house. We're coming out of a DMXK node into this wireless DMX controller here. And we also have a little SLX receiver for the trumpet who stands over there. He has a Shure clip-on. And then the sax player, if you notice this little dongle here, he has his own wireless, which you have plugged right into the snake. And then he's over on that side, and they kind of roam around. As far as the stage, we ended up doing 7 monitors because on this stage, so the percussion, we don't normally run a monitor for him, but he was having a little trouble hearing, so I had it with me. What's one more wedge? Doesn't really matter to me. So we have 7 monitor mixes, 1 back at the horns, 1 at keys here. We have 2, 3 across the front, 1 for drums, 1 for the percussion player. You can see the vocal mics are all the SLXD with V7 capsules. The trumpet player, the stand you see back there in the SM57 with no cable coming out of it, is only there to hold up his little sound shield there that he likes to use as his own personal monitor. And with that, again, we're running all of our monitors out of our little rack box here. So we have a front mount power strip. We have our dual cables, power and XLR. And we have our DL32, which all the outs are coming out of, including the mains. The mains we have set up, again, just for ease of use, and also, you know, a lot of people are here eating under the tent, so it's nice to have the sub spread and just have the bass on the dance floor mainly. I mean, there is a dropout in the corners there, but not a big deal as far as this event's concerned. And then that way it just makes power and running easy. We don't have extra stands or anything. For the front lights, we just have just 2-eye blinders, just set to a soft light. And then we're using these, so you can see the manufacturer, these stag stands, which again, I wouldn't put a ton of weight on them, but for this and a couple bar cans on top are awesome. They get them up to a good height, and you don't have to run extra stands, which again saves time at the end of the night. So as we come down here, you can see the DI for the keyboard, vocals. Again, the horns in the back there are wireless. Lead singer, wireless. There's the drum kit with Sennheiser 604s. And inside we have a Beta 91. We're using a KSM Shure on the hi-hat there with a little clamp on that we use. Again, just to save time on the stands. Just a little, I think, a Hercules, little clamp on there, stand, and you see the KSM. Bass, we're coming out with his DI. The percussion player's awesome, brings his own 57s and his own chords, so he just hands me the tails and we're good there. And then the guitar amp, we're mic with a Sennheiser 906. And that's the stage. Other than the front lights, which are static, the lights back here are my color keys, which are running off the wireless DMX. And that's all we're doing for lighting, just keeping it nice and simple. The lighting on the back, first off, these have Rockville extensions, which work, again, great in this application. Again, I wouldn't put a ton of weight on them, but for this, they get the height up off of the flex stands. And there you can see the bottom base of the flex stands.
Thank you. But also a big shout out to all who make this very possible. First and foremost, I think he's over there, and the gray shirt right here is Lance Muller. He's the chairperson for the festival, so a round of applause for Lance.
All right, and that's a wrap. So the end of a long weekend. This is day 3 for May. We only got video of 2 of the events, so the one you've probably already seen, but I'm feeling good. Tired, hot, sticky. We're definitely in the throes of summer now. With this little heat wave coming up here, but the weather turned out for the best. Once we got there, the sun came out. Of course, the mugginess came out too. But the band was cooking tonight. They were super tight. We had it concert levels in that tent. But I think what also helped was with the subs, having them spaced. So we had cancellations to the side. I did that purposely in there so that most of the sub energy would be on the dance floor. And I walked it, and there were definitely cancellations on the peripherals, which was good because, again, not everybody that was sitting under there was there necessarily for the band. They got their food. They're probably getting out of the sun. So it worked out well. So with that, we are going to call it. Again, I was very happy with the sound tonight. Everything was very tight. The subs worked out well, the tops. And the band was very happy, and actually had people coming up to me complimenting not only the sound, but asking for booking the band, which is always a good sign. So definitely sent some contacts the way of the band leader there. So we got some of our setup. We ended up running 7 monitors and 7 separate mixes, which really wasn't a big deal. I really have that system and those mics dialed in well to where I can wave the microphone essentially in front of the monitor and don't get feedback. So everything is set really well. I really am happy with the V7 mics and the way they sounded. And again, the artist, the band was very happy with their monitor mixes, even though things were on the louder side for them as well. But the clarity of those coaxial, I've always been happy with those DbTechnologies monitors. So there's something to be said for that coaxial design. So keep that in mind if you're shopping around. I'm not saying you necessarily have to go for the DbTechnologies version. EV makes a 12-inch coax version. And what I look for in monitors, there's a couple of different brands out there. Yamaha makes coaxials as well. But what I like about the DbTechnologies and even the EV is that the connections are on the sides. They're not out towards the audience. So I think that makes just a cleaner look overall. So if you are in the market for some monitors, definitely take a look at the coaxial monitors that are out there, either the EVs, I think they're PM12s or something like that, or the DbTechnologies FMX. You can't go wrong with the 10s. They are nice small footprints. So if you're looking to do mostly vocal and instruments without a lot of sub level, the 10s work out great. If you want something in the medium range, the 12s are fantastic. And then the 15s, you don't necessarily have to go with the 15s. You could certainly go with 12s and then, maybe bring along a small sub and put the 12 on there for a drum wedge. But the 15 in a pinch does work very well as a drum wedge. And, I've had drummers ask for kick and all of that in there, and we've gotten pretty good. Won't necessarily get all of the thump in there without a sub, but you can definitely get the top end of the kick in there, and the drummers be happy with it. So, not that this is meant to be a video about monitors, but that said, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. I love responding to those, liking those, and please subscribe if you would. Please like, and with that, on to the next one. Thanks again for watching.